I am not a voice actor. My name is Mike Bernstein, but you may know me as Final Draft from Everfree Radio, if you've heard of us. And I'm here today to do a little bit of moderating and introducing of one very special young lady, Miss Michelle Creber. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Now, if any of you have tuned in to Everfree Radio ever, you may know that I host a program on Saturday nights. It's called Saturday Night Singing. What is it called?
It's called Saturday.
You gotta hold the mic if you wanna.
Samba.
Samba?
Saturday Night Samba.
Occasionally Saturday Night Salsa.
Yes.
Yes.
As well.
No, I host Saturday Night Songs, and then we also are just now starting to broadcast Michelle's brand new program with her good friend Natalie Sharp, Speedy and Stretch.
Yes.
Which is an awesome variety show, which they film and produce and do all their own skits. It's amazing, actually.
And if you see how tall Natalie is, you will get why we are called Speedy and Stretch. Because I'm the short one, she's the tall one. And in the show, we kind of have this dynamic where I'm sort of more the smart one and she's sort of the slower one, so Speedy and Stretch. A lot of people are like, why are you called Speedy and Stretch? So we should do a sketch on that. Because everyone's like, okay, well this is great, but when's the Speedy and Stretch sketch going to come out? It's like...
She could answer it as like a letter, you know? She
Yeah.
could like flip the glasses up and all that. If you've seen it, it's hilarious. Actually, I should mention too that if you haven't seen Speedy and Stretch, the first episode's up on Michelle Creber's YouTube channel, which is, I believe, just Michelle Creber.
That is, it's just Michelle Creber.
Yes.
No exciting roller coaster name.
If you want to be heard, you have to talk into the mic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's how they hear you.
Is this good enough?
That's a little better.
What do you think?
Yeah!
Can you hear me?
Yeah!
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah!
Oh, okay, that's better. That's better.
So I think, you know, I see a few bronies in the room here, and there's a reason for that, because you are actually the speaking voice of Applebloom, and you are and Applebloom. You gotta talk into the mic. If you
Okay.
want them to hear you.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, no, this is Applebloom, everybody, and I think it's hilarious because I've been to a lot of the brony conventions, and this is the first anime convention with a real brony presence, but she always wears this hat.
I do. I always wear this hat.
And she always gets mistaken as a cosplayer. And
Yeah.
so you were just telling me earlier that you were on the elevator and somebody, what did they say to you?
I don't know. That was actually, Mom heard it, but when they said something like, "Oh, that's so awesome. We should dress up like the CMCs next time." And they always, you know, there's always fans that mistake me for just being another kid, because, you know, I think that some
Wait, you're a kid?
Some of the bronies, well, yeah, because a lot of shows don't use kids as the voice actors. They just use adults as the kids. But yeah, it's more fun for us if, you know, we get to do these shows and such, which is awesome. And yeah, so I have my other two friends on the show, Maddie and Claire. Fortunately, they haven't been with me the last few cons because they're in school, but
Well,
yeah.
Education, you know, kind
Yeah.
of has to happen.
Yeah. I do school, but it's so hard to have time for it. But I'm homeschooled, so that system works for me quite well.
See, one little inside bit of information is that we do Saturday Night Songs every week on Saturdays, and obviously it's Saturday Night Songs.
Yes. We've had this conversation many times.
But I live in Minneapolis, and she lives in Vancouver. So usually our back and forth is over the internet. So it's always weird for me when we're in person, you know, having our little...
Yeah, it's like just talking to the abyss. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah? So what were you saying?
Yeah, because of course you can't necessarily see the other person, and sometimes there's some, you know, audio glitches, or the wind picks up, because apparently there's wind in Vancouver.
Yes.
And it'll get a little glitchy. But anyway, all right, so my thought for this is that if people have any questions, I'm going to get up, go in the front there. I will have this microphone. If you have questions for Michelle, there is a line there. And yeah.
Right.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sound good, everybody?
Yes. Now, to entertain you while you go up to the mic, I shall make some jungle duck noises, if any of you know what that is. Excuse me. Performers.
I should also mention... For more such craziness, tune in to Saturday Night Songs.
Yes. That's what we do.
If you have a question, why don't you first, say what your name is, where you're from, and have at it. And keep it appropriate, guys. Remember that she can't talk about anything that hasn't aired yet, and she's also 13, so just keep that in mind.
Hi, Michelle. I'm Chris from Fort Lauderdale.
Hi, Chris.
And my question is, what is yours, or should I say Applebloom's favorite subject in school?
Well, as you know, if you watched the episode, the Cutie Mark Crusader episode where we do the song and everything, we are the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Showstoppers.
Yep. Yeah, showstoppers, thank you. And Applebloom turns out to be the artistic one, and she's doing the bar. And of course, they don't know this because they can't figure it out for themselves. I'm sure one day they will. We don't actually know yet, but I think that her favorite subject would be art because of that.
How about yourself personally?
Probably social studies or math or what? Sorry?
Math teacher.
Awesome. Yeah. What?
I feel like I'm darn math and stuff. I'm just like Applejack when it comes to math.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like math, but I've always had a connection with problems with numbers and stuff. I really like the kind of brain puzzles that it puts you through and stuff. So yeah, math for me.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, my name is Jonathan Santos from South Canada, Miami-Dade County, and I'm also known as Thunderfox JT from Twitter
Cool.
and DeviantArt and for Facebook. And I got one simple question. What was your most favorite moment of Applebloom?
The episode, the Cutie Pox. I think that right at the end of that episode, when she stole this potion from Zecora, and she's talking about how she just really wanted to find her cutie mark so bad, and that's just it's very sweet because she really does not know what she's supposed to do with her life, and then she apologizes and she learns lessons, and that's the great part about Applebloom. It's just she really evolves each episode. So I think that that was a great moment for Applebloom, and it was a revelation for her. She kind of moved forward after that point. Also, I love doing all the accents in the French in that episode and all the different things that she was doing.
It's true that it turns out it was my favorite moment too.
Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, and check out my art at thunderfoxjt.deviantart.com. Also check out my designs on my OCs.
Awesome.
My brothers.
Okay, cool.
Hey, how's it going, Michelle?
Hello.
My name's also Chris, but I'm from Nicaragua.
Sorry?
I'm from Nicaragua down in Central America or Latin America.
Okay.
Yep. Flew all the way over here just to see you guys, Andrea and you, and it's a
Awesome.
great honor for sure. Okay, my question is this. You're supposed to be the singing voice for Sweetie Belle, right?
Yes.
And you did the hush now, quiet now.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask you is, did you also do the singing for the recent episode, Sleeveless in Ponyville, where it was 99 buckets of oats on the wall, 99 buckets of oats?
That is a question I'm asked a lot, but it's
Really?
not technically a song per
Okay.
se. It's more just kind of something that Claire did it.
Okay.
And I don't, Claire's genius when it comes to that kind of stuff. We did like 99 to 87 and then 72 to 6, it just went on forever, but it's hilarious. And no, that was her. So all the songs, that's more singing, because that was kind of, yelling, fun, more dialogue, and that's not really counted as singing. And yeah, so.
Okay,
That's
gotcha. Thanks for answering the question.
Hi. You do realize you just met my clone, huh?
Oh, I see. You guys look very alike.
Yes, that twins.
Yes, I got
Hi.
that.
I'm Adrian Santos. I'm also known as Great Dragon AD on Twitter and DeviantArt.
Awesome.
And I have a question for you. What is your thoughts on the Brony community, especially on the stuff they post online, such as art, music, animation, and all that?
My thought?
Yes.
Oh, well, you guys are all geniuses. I mean, you have your own way of expressing your love for the show and your artistic ways and stuff. And you guys are amazing artists in whatever you specialize in. And I mean, when we go to these conventions and we see all the booths with like these beautiful handmade art photographs and sculptures and plushies and everything made by hand, it's amazing. I mean, you guys put so much effort into all these wonderful things, and we just get to experience them right in front of us, and it's awesome.
Thank you so much. And speaking of that, I had my friend from DeviantArt, John Freeman, draw this for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Applebloom with her own booth on that convention.
There.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's really nice.
Very nice.
Hi, I'm Danica.
Hello.
So my question is, I know Applebloom doesn't have her cutie mark yet, but if you could pick a cutie mark for her, what would it be?
Well, probably art, because that's kind of already been the theme for her. But if we didn't know that, probably, I think that maybe the 3 cutie mark crusaders could get like one big sort of, it'd be like 3 parts to a one like friendship heart or something. You know, it's just like, you know, when someone wears a locket, then your best friend wears the other half. It'd be something like that, except with cutie marks. I think that would be really cute.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrew from Pembroke Pines in South Florida. I'd like to compliment you for making Applebloom one of the most lovable little characters I've ever seen in any particular show in animation.
Thank you so much.
As well as I'd like to ask, when you record your voice for Applebloom, and as well as the other VAs for their characters, how long does that take from when the episode actually airs?
You know, it depends on when they're planning on releasing a season and how complicated the animation is and how complicated the like voiceover that went with it. If there's a lot of complicated songs and lines, then it could take longer, but usually it's about 8 months before the episode airs, because there's a lot of processing, especially with pre-line, because there's 2 types of animation, and anime is often post-production of voice, you know, ADR, and when I record, usually the thing comes out then, I don't know, maybe 5 months later if it's post-production, right? But then 8 months, almost a year sometimes if it's pre-line. So it's very, it varies.
I've been learning the Flash animation software for making fan animations.
Awesome.
So I can see the process it takes to make just a simple character movement. I can imagine for a whole episode, it's like 22 minutes long, and so it is a big process.
Yeah, well, technology is very much evolved. I mean, now we have the board that the animators just draw on roughly, and then they send it to wherever the actual animation creators, and they put the characters with colors, and then they have to communicate with the artists themselves to say, no, we want it to their head to move left instead of right, or go side to side, or, you know, that kind of thing. It's very, very detailed. I mean, it's extremly, it takes a lot of time, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Alana.
Hi, Lana.
Yes. So, in the future, what do you think Applebloom's cutie mark would be?
Well, I mean, if it's just Applebloom and not the cutie mark crusaders, I guess I could think of another one. Maybe, I don't know. For me, yeah, thank you, Mike. I don't know. For me, it'd be some sort of like hockey / singing, like that would be awesome if I had a cutie mark. I guess I already answered Applebloom, sort of the heart thing. That's really the only thing I can think of besides the art, per se. But yeah, for me it'd probably be like 2 hockey sticks. Oh no, it'd be like, you know how they cross hockey sticks and then put the puck in the middle? It'd be like a hockey stick and then a microphone, and then
An apple.
yes, yes, burn. I need to write that down. I'm gonna put a challenge on Twitter or Facebook and say I'm gonna make myself a cutie mark. Who's gonna draw it? Well, yeah, I should do that. I like that idea. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ash from the Miami area. Basically, my question is about like the audition process for shows and like how did you feel about it and what did you do to like deal with any nerves you may have had?
Well, I've been doing this a long time, and you know, I've never really gotten nervous. It's just very natural for me, and you know, ever since I was very young, I was up on stage and under pressure to perform for a lot of people, and that's, you know, that's what I do, and I'm very comfortable doing that. But for auditions, the process is basically you have an agent, and then agent calls you when there's you know, fitting projects, and then you go in for the audition. Usually they give you about 3 pages of sides, depends on the like the range of how big the character is. So if it's a lead, they give you several pages. If it's a small role, maybe like 1 page. And then they give you a description. You go in, maybe do it 2 times, and then it depends on how picky they're being about how, you know, if they're very strict about what they want for the character. So it's just a matter of practicing to, you know, relax when you go in. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Juan.
So, sorry?
My name is Juan.
Oh, Juan, okay.
Yeah. I have a question. In your opinion, who do you think is the best out of the 3 Cutie Mark Crusaders? Applebloom, Scootaloo, or Sweetie Belle?
Oh, sorry? What was the...
No, like, who do you think is best out of the 3? Applebloom, Scootaloo, or Sweetie Belle?
Oh, well, I can't pick myself. And then,
Sure you can, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Babs. Let's just go with Babs. Thank you. That's good. Babesy, what we gonna do?
Okay. My name is Cindy, and I'm from El Salvador, and I want to know, how come it's so hard to get the cutie mark?
Good question.
Well, I think that they're young, and they're not, you know, it's not necessarily a good thing to know exactly what you want to do when you're at such an age. And I mean, you have so much opportunity to figure out what you want to do in your life, and that shows that the Cutie Mark Crusaders are very special in their own way. You know, they want to make sure that it's just right, and they go on a lot of adventures while they're trying to, you know, find out who they really are. And you know, they end up meeting a lot of great friends and learn a lot of great lessons. And so I think that's why, you know, it goes on, but they are learning. Like, they will eventually probably find their cutie marks.
I always thought it's because, like, when they first mention what they're gonna do to get the cutie mark, it makes them like not get the cutie mark that they want.
Yeah. Well, they're a little bit stubborn that way. Hello.
Betsy, what are you going to do?
I do some Applebloom too. My question is, what's the future for My Little Ponies, and if they're ever gonna make a steampunk episode, because steampunk is so freaking awesome.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's we just read the script and we have a lot of fun doing it. So, you know,
Cutie Mark Crusaders, let's roll. This is my vertical trash in. Look at the steampunk world.
That's a great That's a great voice there.
Hola otra vez. Hello again.
Hello.
Okay, this is an important question for you.
Okay.
Are you going to take Tara Strong's cosplay challenge from Canada Goddard 2012? And if so, will you be crashing it at Orlando MegaCon and face her?
Oh no, I've challenged her. I've already done that. I did that in LA. I mean, I had my full-on costume. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can just search Michelle Creber equestrially cosplay. And I came out, I had my red shoes and I didn't have yellow pants. That was the only thing. I wanted to find yellow pants. But I had my cape, I had my shirt, I had my hoof warmers and my hat, and I had my little piece of straw. I added that. So yeah, I did the full cosplay. Yeah. But yeah, I always wear the hat. Performers, I do have a scarf as well with me. So, yeah.
Need sauce, please.
Sorry?
He wants to know where to find it, I think.
Oh. Well, all those things, like all the pony things that I get are from fans. And so someone made the t-shirt, someone made the scarf, someone made the beautiful capes. And they always, give them to the three of us. So it would be awesome to have my other two Crusaders with me, so we could all do the cosplay. So I got them all. I got them both hats because I had the hat and they didn't have the hats. So I was like, I bought them the hats, and now we have all this great pony stuff. It's awesome. I mean, I have my office full of this amazing artwork and just wired sculptures and posters and drawings, and I just try to display as much as I possibly can of it, because it's just so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Denise Graham. I just have a really simple question, because the Bab Seed song kind of reminded me of something that I've been needing to ask. Does Sweetie Belle have any lines at all in the song?
Sorry? It's Sweetie?
Did Sweetie Belle have any lines at all in the song, in the Bab Seed song?
Well, Sweetie Belle had lines, but I sang them. But are you talking about
which lines were they? Because I like to transcribe the lyrics, to put for remember who's singing who and stuff. And I can't tell if Sweetie Belle sang any of the lines or not.
I have.
This is something that a lot of people don't know. There was an animation error in that episode.
Yes.
Where they showed Applebloom singing Sweetie Belle's lines. So that's probably where the confusion is. Because
that was only one line though. But I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I got there enough because the first time I'm pretty sure I got when Sweetie Belle was singing, but then the second verse and stuff I couldn't tell if she was singing or if someone else was singing.
Yeah, well it's not like the concert where it focuses on specific people. It's more like a story, so it doesn't really focus on their mouths.
Yeah, so I was trying to pay attention to the voices, but I was getting really thrown off.
But yeah, the songs for the Cutie Mark Crusaders are split up between the three of us. But the three characters, and then
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Just before I hand this off to him, just real quick, I think one thing that you could look for in that, and I know Michelle made a point of this when she recorded it, is the lines that sound like they're sung in Southern, that's Applebloom. If they're sung without that accent, then it's Sweetie Belle.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is not so much a question as it is a suggestion. I think you should give out what size yellow pants you are, so that either us over here or there's a reason for this, so that either us here in the audience or people who are gonna check out the Everfree Network video or whatever can send you it so you can do the full cosplay
Probably
next time.
10 to 12.
I'm just helping you out here, right?
That'd be cool. We looked for yellow pants and we couldn't find any.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's probably yellow pants. I mean, they sell those giant, fluffy pony costumes at cons. They have the giant horns and stuff.
Bad idea. Now you're gonna get tons of yellow pants.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get a big box now.
Yeah. It's like in Santa Claus when he gets the list and has all these giant red boxes. It'll just be full of yellow pants and different little ears and stuff.
To Andrea for Fluttershy.
All right.
Anyway, hello Michelle.
I had two questions. One, which song was your favorite MLP song to record? Like Hush Now, Quiet Now, Babseed. Which one of the songs was your favorite to record?
Probably the Cutie Mark Crusader anthem, because that was I did the session with Maddie, as I always do when it comes to those songs, and so we usually pick a section and then I sing it, and then she sings it, and then we move on to the next section, and I sing my character, she sings her characters, all that. But she had to do the screaming and such, and Applebloom wasn't supposed to be the best singer for that, because Babseed is more of like a dream sequence where, it's not really like, it's not like a performance, it's like a narration type of song explaining the story. So it's more like we all saying good.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But like the Cutie Mark Crusader anthem is they're actually performing the song, and there's no like track to it's not like a song that it's explaining the episode. It's like they're actually singing in a bad talent show, right? So that was really fun to record, and we did all the different crazy stuff for that song and episode. So.
And then my second question is this is why I hate being so tall. My second question is more of kind of like the technical aspect, like. Well, when you guys are recording a song, how does it start out? Like, do you do multiple takes? Do you study the script? Like, what kind of goes into when you guys are recording a song?
Usually we just take it section by section. Just if there's a line that is complicated and not quite sure what the harmony is going to be. I mean, usually Daniel and I, we change some of the harmonies and stuff, and we just kind of figure it out on the spot. Sometimes we don't like something, and then I suggest something. He said, "Yeah, that's great," and he's saying something, and I was like, "That's awesome." So it just kind of, rolls along, and we do each line sometimes, or it's a lot of the stuff. It's just depending on the episode or on the song or whatever.
Yeah, I was just curious because I kind of want to become like a voice actor myself, and I just wanted to learn like for songs or just for scripts in general, like kind of what it's like in the booth. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm sorry. So who are you?
I'm Mike.
Oh. That's nice, Mike. That's nice.
Actually, no. I have a question. This woman over here. She said her name was Monique, was it?
Monique.
No, Monique.
It's it's Nicole, actually.
Is it Nicole?
Nicole.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'm real quick here because we've only got a couple more minutes. Wanted me to remind everybody, gave me these. Tell me what these are.
Okay. Well, these are my CDs, and I'll start with the Christmas one is a little outdated right now because, of course, it is January. But
it can be
next
Christmas
year,
any time of year.
that's
you know
true.
that? No.
It's the spirit of Christmas. But we released a Creber Christmas this year, and it features Mando Pony and the Living Tombstone and Mike the Microphone, and so that's the Christmas one. And then Timeless Songs of the Century also features Mando Pony, the Living Tombstone, Stephanie.
See, the trick is you've got to hold it. With your hand.
Thanks, Mike.
You got to hold it, and then you got to show it to them.
Yeah, and then Stephanie.
Okay, this has been scientifically proven by fanfics. Dark energy. That's how it's done. It's how.
You should have said it, dark energy, just drop the mic.
Your dark energy, done. No, anyway. Well, no, Timeless Songs of a Century. This is actually what we built our show Saturday Night Songs around, was premiering these songs and having contests and playing of the songs and remarking upon them. But you've got some really awesome producers that worked on this song. I know, the album.
Well, Stephen Andrews, who's the orchestrator, he's the orchestrator for the songs on the show. What's the exact title?
He's the orchestrator.
Yeah, okay. He's the orchestrator.
Architect on Twitter.
For My Little Pony, and also Daniel Ingram, obviously, is the composer and writer and arranger and producer for songs and such. And then also the first track, he was Bugle Boy, was produced by a very, very awesome producer named Robbie Buchanan, and he has toured with Barbra Streisand, Christian Chenoweth, produced. Well, he toured with Barbra Streisand. But
Well, there's one story.
oh, Batman. Never mind. He's just he just does everyone, and Usher and such, and so many great titles.
There was one story actually when she was recording for this album. They sent me a text message and they said, "Just had pizza with Michael Bublé. Was really delicious." I'm thinking, come on. I'm thinking Michael Bublé. If you guys know who he is, Just Haven't Met You Yet. That song. They went and had pizza with him. But yeah,
He's a very famous Canadian jazz singer.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Little known fact is that her dad, Michele Creber, is actually a very well-known jazz pianist as it were, and he's one of the, he and Raffi both wrote Banana Phone, if you've heard of that song.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, every time I tell people that, and you've heard me say this before too, everybody's always very surprised, but he's...
It's like, what does your dad do? Well, he's a very, well-known pianist. He does songs for the orchestra. He does all the local artists, and, he wrote Banana Phone. And what? What did you just say?
And it's unfortunate he couldn't be here, but he's often at these conventions, and suddenly, people who are already geeking out over this person are suddenly like, that song's been stuck in my head for years.
They almost won a Grammy for that song, but then they were their competition was Lion King and Elton John. I mean, honestly.
Well, we got just a few more minutes. Again, one thing I like, okay, so Timeless Songs of the Century was, why don't you tell these guys, what the title means? What's the I was trying to conceptualize that word. Come on.
I was being facetious.
What's that?
I was being facetious.
What'd you call me?
Well, the concept of Timeless Songs of the Century is that basically we go through an entire century. An entire century of songs. So.
Was that being facetious too?
Yeah. But basically, we have a song from each decade, and it goes from what does it start? It starts with 2010. 1910.
So Songs of the Century.
Basically, it's just a song. It's just a different variety of songs, and there's jazz, pop, rock, swing, all the different type of variety categories in music. So, yeah, I'm very proud of it, and
One thing to mention too, of course, obviously you're going to be selling these today, but one thing to remember about these albums is that if you do go and you say get an autograph from these guys, and then you go buy one of these albums, a portion of the proceeds goes to
Because I'm a Girl, and
by Planet International.
Yes, Planet International Because I Am a Girl campaign, which is a fantastic movement that supports young women and girls in third world countries who are, that saves their lives and gives them education and health, and there's a lot of very struggling people out there, and it's very, very helpful, and it changes their life. So it's a great international movement. So a portion of the proceeds will go to them. So.
Well, and again, I should mention too that if you like listening to Michelle here, you like hearing from her, every week, Saturday nights, we do Saturday Night Songs, which is now kind of moved into Speedy and Stretch, but we do a live Q&A using Everfree Networks chat room. You get to hear me and her argue over which hashtag to use of the week. I think we had Jungle Ducks, and then we did Undisclosed Jazz Hands. How's Coat doing, by the way?
Oh, Coat's doing great.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, Coat's doing great.
And we premiere songs, and there's contests, etc. So anyway, I think a big round of applause for Michelle Creber here. I should also mention that tomorrow at 11:30, I believe on the grand exhibition stage, there's going to be a My Little Pony voice actor panel with all 4 of the My Little Pony voice actors here today, so you should come for that. And yeah, again, I'm Mike, aka Final Draft, and there you go. I am not a voice actor. My name is Mike Bernstein, but you may know me as Final Draft from Everfree Radio, if you've heard of us. And I'm here today to do a little bit of moderating and introducing of one very special young lady, Miss Michelle Creber. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Now, if any of you have tuned in to Everfree Radio ever, you may know that I host a program on Saturday nights. It's called Saturday Night Singing. What is it called?
It's called Saturday.
You gotta hold the mic if you wanna.
Samba.
Samba?
Saturday Night Samba.
Occasionally Saturday Night Salsa.
Yes.
Yes.
As well.
No, I host Saturday Night Songs, and then we also are just next.
A lot of shows don't use kids as the voice actors. They just use adults as the kids. But yeah, it's more fun for us if we get to do these shows and such, which is awesome. And yeah, so I have my other two friends on the show, Maddie and Claire. Fortunately, they haven't been with me the last few cons because they're in school, but
Well,
yeah.
education, kind of has to happen.
I do school, but it's so hard to have time for it. But I'm homeschooled, so that system works for me quite well.
See, one little inside bit of information is that we do. But yeah, no, this is Applebloom, everybody, and I think it's hilarious because I've been to a lot of the brony conventions, and this is the first anime convention with a real brony presence. But she always wears this hat.
I do. I always wear this hat.
And she always gets mistaken as a cosplayer. And
Yeah.
so you were just telling me earlier that you were on the elevator and somebody, what did they say to you?
I don't know. That was actually Mom heard it, but when they said something like, "Oh, that's so awesome! We should dress up like the CMCs next time." And they always, there's always fans that mistake me for just being another kid, because I think that some.
Wait, you're a kid?
Some of the bronies. Well, yeah, because a lot of shows.
Now starting to broadcast Michelle's brand new program with her good friend Natalie Sharp, Speedy and Stretch.
Yes.
Which is an awesome variety show, which they film and produce and do all their own skits. It's amazing, actually.
And if you see how tall Natalie is, you will get why we are called Speedy and Stretch, because I'm the short one, she's the tall one, and in the show we kind of have this dynamic where I'm sort of more the smart one and she's sort of the slower one, so Speedy and Stretch. A lot of people are like, why are you called Speedy and Stretch? So we should do a sketch on that, because everyone's like, okay, well this is great, but when's the Speedy and Stretch sketch gonna come out? It's like,
She could answer it as like a letter, She
Yeah.
could flip the glasses up and all that. If you've seen it, it's hilarious. Actually, I should mention too that if you haven't seen Speedy and Stretch, the first episode's up on Michelle Creber's YouTube channel, which is, I believe, just Michelle Creber.
it's just Michelle Creber.
Yes.
No exciting roller coaster name.
If you want to be heard, you have to talk into the mic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's how they hear you.
Is this good enough?
That's a little better.
What do you think? Yeah! Can you hear me? Yeah! I'm sorry, what? Yeah! Oh, okay, that's better. That's better.
So I think, I see a few bronies in the room here, and there's a reason for that, because you are actually the speaking voice of Applebloom, and you are and Applebloom. You gotta talk into the mic.
Okay, yeah. All right.